On the morning of April 1st, 2024, employees at a quiet cash storage facility in Sylmar, Los Angeles, walked into what looked like a war zone. The steel vault door was shredded open, the air smelled of burned metal, and mountains of currency were gone. By the time the police arrived, the number was already being whispered. $30 million in cash, erased from the system in one of the largest cash thefts in American history. The public was stunned. L.A. has seen its share of crime, but this was different. This wasn't a street robbery. It wasn't an impulsive break-in. This was meticulous, patient, surgical. The thieves had moved with military precision, cutting into one of the most secure vaults in the country and slipping away before anyone noticed. The facility, run by GardaWorld, wasn't just any building. It was a supply artery for Los Angeles banks and ATMs, a place where billions in paper money moved in and out each year. Its defenses included reinforced walls, alarms, and round-the-clock security patrols. But security is only as strong as its weakest link, and in the weeks before Easter, the facility's alarm system began to act strangely. False alerts went off. Sensors flickered. Power cutouts confused staff. At the time, it was written off as technical noise. In hindsight, it looked more like the early footsteps of a crew studying the system, probing, mapping, waiting. Easter Sunday, March 31st, 2024. While families across Los Angeles gathered for dinner, a group of thieves rolled into Sylmar. They knew exactly when to strike. The vault was at its fullest, with weekend deposits swelling its stacks. Authorities believe they entered from the roof, cutting through layers of protection with industrial saws and thermal tools. They bypassed motion sensors and delayed the response system, buying themselves hours inside. Once in, they moved quickly. No shouting, no violence, just the steady rhythm of steel cutting, locks breaking, and bags being hauled. By the time they were finished, $30 million in neatly banded currency had been packed into duffels and vanished into the night. The alarm didn't sound until long after they were gone. By dawn, the story was everywhere. The Los Angeles Times, local radio, even TMZ carried breathless headlines. Record-breaking heist in L.A., $30 million stolen from vault. For comparison, the infamous Dunbar armored robbery of 1997, long considered the crown jewel of American cash heists, netted $18.9 million. This new job nearly doubled it. The public reacted with fascination and fear. Who were these people? Criminal masterminds, insiders with access, or just desperate opportunists who happened to find the right hole in the system? Because of the scale, the case immediately fell to the FBI's Los Angeles field office. Their agents were already alert because in the weeks before the break-in, those strange alarms had triggered questions. Now, after the vault was emptied, they seemed like warning shots. The Bureau treated the heist not just as theft, but as an attack on America's financial infrastructure. $30 million in untraceable cash wasn't just a payday. It was fuel for drug cartels, weapons smuggling, or global laundering networks. The investigation began with forensics inside the vault. Burn marks, tool residue, micro-shavings of steel. Every cut, every weld told a story. Surveillance footage was combed frame by frame. Vehicles near the site were tracked through license plate readers. Neighbors were interviewed about strange vans and late-night construction noises. Agents pieced together how the thieves entered, how long they stayed, and how they escaped. Though authorities haven't released every detail, sources revealed that the thieves showed an almost surgical knowledge of where cameras and sensors were blind. That fueled speculation of an inside man. To the thieves, this must have felt like art. In their eyes, it wasn't crime. It was precision engineering, a strike against a faceless corporation. But to the FBI, it was raw greed, recklessness disguised as genius. They saw the alarms, the sloppy cover-ups, the massive risk taken for cash that can never be deposited without raising suspicion. Both narratives clashed in the media. Were they Robin Hood rebels, or just burglars too arrogant to see the noose tightening? By mid-April, the investigation widened. False alarms in the months before the heist became critical evidence. Reports emerged of casinos in Las Vegas being quietly monitored for large cash buys. Border checkpoints were put on alert. The LAPD confirmed that no suspects had yet been arrested. The FBI refused to say how much of the cash, if any, had been recovered. But investigators were confident. Thieves who suddenly start spending millions always leave a trail. As of today, a significant portion of that $30 million is still missing. Maybe it's stashed in hidden warehouses. Maybe it's buried in the desert. Maybe it's already broken into smaller bundles, feeding underground networks. For the thieves, every dollar is both freedom and a curse. Spend too much, too quickly, and the FBI comes knocking. Hide it too long, and it becomes worthless. A dragon's hoard that can never be touched. The Los Angeles vault heist now stands as one of the boldest crimes in modern history. Bigger than Dunbar, bigger than most Vegas casino jobs. But its legacy is unfinished. No mastermind has been unmasked on camera. No courtroom drama has yet played out. Instead, the heist lives in headlines, police reports, and whispered theories. To some, it feels like a Hollywood thriller brought to life. To others, it's a reminder that even the strongest vaults are only illusions of safety. So, we're left asking, were these thieves true masterminds, or just lucky opportunists riding on insider help? Did the FBI really have eyes on them before the job, or was this another case of hindsight? And the biggest question of all, where is the missing cash now? Until those answers come, the story of the $30 million Los Angeles vault heist remains unfinished. In the end, the heist is more than just a crime. It's a parable about power, greed, and illusion. A vault designed to be unbreakable was shattered. A fortune meant to flow through the city simply vanished. And somewhere, someone is living with the weight of $30 million that they can never safely spend. The myth of the perfect crime lingers. But as history shows, even the boldest thieves eventually meet the patience of the FBI.